Rumble Thunder 2. But as we go into the afternoon, and once we clear those skies out, we'll be able to form more thunderstorms. So it really depends on how much clearing we get. If you start to see the sky get a little bit more sun, and here in the next couple of hours, you'll have a good chance of getting a couple more thunderstorms later today. If we can't clear out of these clouds, it's going to be a little bit harder to do. But the same kind of atmosphere is going on in Northeast Ohio, extreme Northeast Ohio, right along the state line, as it is for much of Ohio. So we see these thunderstorms. They have the potential to rotate, and also a lot of lightning and some gusty winds. That same atmosphere is here for this afternoon as well. So we'll be watching that very closely. You want to stay with 3 News for the rest of the day as we continue to track these thunderstorms. I think most of them should stay away until about 2, 3 o'clock. It's later into the heart of the afternoon and into the evening when we have that chance. And they'll be kind of following this front as this front presses south. Here we are in Cleveland. So we still got, it's on the other side of Lake Erie, so it's still got some time to get here. But we're still watching this tornado warning in eastern Ohio, just barely clipping us in Ashtabula County. It'll take once again, the National Weather Service issues these warnings, and we'll eventually shave off that western edge, and then it's just a Pennsylvania issue as we go rest into the afternoon. But we'll still be watching these strong thunderstorms right now in Ashtabula County. A lot of lightning for us. You're even starting to get a flood advisory for Ashtabula because these cells continue to fire up over the same locations. Whoever's firing them up just here in central Lake Erie, we're watching those cells as they continue to blow up, and then they press towards the south and east. We call this the training effect. It's kind of like train tracks. Get the cells going over the same locations. For example, Geneva on the lake, we're about right here. So some of us are getting clipped right now with those strong thunderstorms, but you live in Geneva, just south of Geneva on the lake, right? We can see those dark storm clouds as they press into Ashtabula, but a lot of us are dry from Geneva west. But we can see those thunderstorms as they continue to track. But Ashtabula, we're just right in the heart. It's right hitting downtown Ashtabula with that heavy rain. A core of lightning continues to press south and east as well, and we've had those gusty winds too. But now it's mainly a very heavy rain threat from the lakeshore south and east with those lightning strikes continue to fire up. If we go ahead, and I'm going to go back a couple so you're going to see the kind of screen flash a little bit for us. There we go. This shows you the velocity. We're watching the spin and rotation in the atmosphere. Starting to notice weakening over time. It's kind of getting broader as well. That's some good news for our Pennsylvania neighbors, but notice where that circulation is. It's east of the state line. Don't have to worry about it anymore here in Northeast Ohio, even though technically on your phones you might see tornado warning still in effect for Ashtabula County. We've got it right down below as well, and that is technically true. Well, eventually the National Weather Service will shave that off and those alerts will go away. It just takes a second. But we're still watching strong thunderstorms push into Northeast Ohio, right along the lakeshore as well. And it looks like the gusty wind threat is also starting to clear. So you can see the sharp edge between gray, which is just clouds, and then the heavy rain. You got that sharp edge along the front of this cell. We had some very gusty winds all the way from Ashtabula towards Andover. And those threats are continuing to push east. I think the gusty wind threat is now just east of the state line as well. So tornado threat and the gusty wind threat presses east. Now we got a flooding issue for Ashtabula as these cells continue to train. You head west of Ashtabula though, we're fine. I mean, we've been mostly cloudy for the next couple of hours. You're thinking downtown Cleveland and towards Medina and then Sandusky and the islands. You're thinking, hey, we don't have rain. We're good, right? We're good for now. Later this afternoon, we'll start to watch those. In fact, I think the strongest thunderstorms are likely to form from the turnpike towards the south. And so we'll be watching those thunderstorms later into the afternoon. But still, it's hard not to look at all the activity going on towards the north and east with these strong thunderstorms as they press in from the lakeshore. Got a couple of showers towards Trumbull County and Youngstown. They're getting some of the light rain. But most of the active weather for the next hour or two is mainly Pennsylvania and even southwestern New York. And there's another government entity called the Weather Prediction Center. And they issue things on flash flooding kind of threats. And there's a huge threat just towards the east, but a lot of it gets cut off from Ashtabula eastbound. So this is an Ashtabula event. We're good in Akron, we're good in Canton, we're good in Rocky River, Orange, we're good in downtown Cleveland for now. We're still watching some of these clouds continue to clear out a little bit over Lake Erie. If we get a little bit more sunshine, we'll be able to destabilize the atmosphere to try to get more thunderstorms to pop up later this afternoon. But man, we've got a good fetch coming over the lake right now. Kind of looks like a lake effect snow band in a way, right? Just with thunderstorms instead of the snow. But a lot of lightning going on right now just along the state line and east of Ashtabula. But once again, that green boundary is showing you that the flooding threat that we're starting to get in Ashtabula along with that lightning too. But one thing I'm starting to notice is the lightning continues to decrease a little bit over Ashtabula. So there might be a trend that this training effect should slow down, but probably not for another 30 to 45 minutes. That's a lot of heavy rain too. I'm going to step to the side. I want to get you some of the latest numbers on some of these rainfall rates too as this rain continues to press into Ashtabula. The reason why we're on right now is to tell you about that threat. If you are in Ashtabula County, if you live westbound though, you don't have to worry for at least a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get some rainfall rates for you guys. Anywhere, I think closer about, yeah, there we go. About 1.5 inches per hour. That's nothing to mess with for the next 45 minutes, but we have a flash flood warning in effect for downtown Ashtabula, getting those rainfall rates between 1 to 2 inches of rain. And we've already actually got 1 to 2 inches of rain in just the past 45 minutes. So on top of that, totals are probably gonna be 2 to 3, even up to 4 inches here in about an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute time span. So that's why we're watching this cell as it continues to press towards the south and east. Let me get you the latest on this tornado warning too. Once again, it still technically clips eastern Ashtabula County, but mainly pushing east into western Crawford County in Pennsylvania. We're seeing that rotation, but that rotation has broadened a bit. So that's some good news as we continue to watch this cell. But these storms continue to press south and east. If we zoom out a little bit too, you can see several rain bands and showers and thunderstorms. I'm going to expand the radar. You can see as it continues to just really hit our neighbors towards the east. And when we zoom out, here's a better view of everything that's going on right now. We'll be watching this cold front as it continues to press south and east throughout the rest of the afternoon. So something definitely to watch. I want to show you the storm threats coming in from the Storm Prediction Center. Lots of colors to deal with right now, right? We're watching a level 1 severe threat for extreme northeastern Ohio, that green color. I think the reason why you have that cutoff right along the lakes, you're thinking, I live in Cleveland, why am I not included in the yellow? Well, as this front continues south, and even though clouds are trying to break apart, especially over Lake Erie and towards the islands, we may not have enough time to really watch those thunderstorms blow up in a big way later this afternoon until you head to at least southern Cuyahoga County. So basically Parma and south, if you're headed south and west of Cleveland, that's where that threat picks up. Most of us south of downtown Cleveland are in that level 2 severe threat. Once again, it's level 2 out of 5. And so we're talking about kind of middle of the road in terms of how strong these thunderstorms are. Mostly the threats will be those gusty winds, but every once in a while we get a rotation, like we had that rotation in eastern Ashtabula County. But that front will press south, and the heart of Ohio is under that level 2 severe threat. I think a lot of them will really start to blow up once they hit I-70 in Columbus. So we'll start to clear out first of these thunderstorms. That should line up a little bit later this afternoon, and then it's a central Ohio thing later into the evening and overnight hours. They could really be hit hard later this evening, and then as you head towards the Ohio River. But once again, a level 1 severe threat for the lakeshore this afternoon, mainly after 2 o'clock. A lot of us even after 3. We still got 2 to 3 hours to go before these thunderstorms continue to fire up again, at least the next round. And then at level 2, downtown Cleveland southbound, we'll have that for the rest of the day. But otherwise, severe thunderstorm warning, Ashtabula County, still technically a tornado warning in eastern Ashtabula County as well, but that circulation has pressed east towards Harmonsburg in Pennsylvania, Meadville, Pennsylvania. Still strong thunderstorms coming right over downtown Ashtabula. If you guys have pictures, go ahead and send them in to WKYC. You can send them on the app or tag anyone of us on the weather team, maybe on Twitter, Facebook. You can do that, send us those pictures, because we're still getting those rainfall rates between 1 to 2 inches per hour. This has really turned into not so much a severe thunderstorm threat, more of a flash flooding threat. And that's why we have that flash flood warning. Notice how small it is. Just, you're talking about, I'm guessing about 10-mile kind of width there, maybe just under 10 miles. So not a lot of people, as in a broad perspective of Ohio getting this, but in the heart of Ashtabula, if you live in Ashtabula, you know what I'm talking about. Lots of heavy rain as these rainfall rates continue to be about 1 to 2 inches per hour. And we've already picked up 1 to 2 inches. And more cells continue to pop up towards the north and west. You can see how the cells kind of feed up. They're basically called feeder cells. And then they sort of form this kind of stair-step tower right towards Ashtabula, and every single one gets stronger and stronger. Notice how we kind of start with green, and then we pick up to yellow, get more of the deeper red, and then sometimes you get a little pocket of some purple as well with some of that deep red color. They're showing you the very heavy rainfall rates that we're getting. Still a lot of lightning strikes over northeast Ohio as well. Most of this is just east of Geneva on the lake. North Madison, we're fine, but this is just east of Geneva headed into Ashtabula. So a lot of folks traveling on I-90 right now getting impacted big time once you hit that exit for Ashtabula. And then as you press towards the south and east towards the state line. But this cell continues to rotate, but it is in western Pennsylvania in the heart of Crawford County. We just got an update. They have taken away the tornado warning. So that's some good news. The rotation has weakened, and so that means this cell is still technically a severe thunderstorm warning, still flash flood warning for Ashtabula, but the tornado warning has been expired not only for Eastern Ashtabula County, but for Pennsylvania as well. We're going to send it back to some Olympic coverage, but thank you for keeping it here. But keep it local throughout the afternoon. More thunderstorms are likely to fire up. And 3 News meteorologist Matt Standridge, take care. We'll watch for more thunderstorms later today.